Welcome to Second Wind with Joyce Buford, a program for and about women. Joyce Buford is a certified coach and motivational speaker who has a passion for helping women who need a second wind. She is the author of the Amazon bestseller, Effortless Happiness, How to Find Your Voice and Finally Ask for What You Really Want. She studied directly with her mentor, Jack Canfield, and is a fully certified coach in his program. Also, she has served as an assistant in his training programs. Through her study with many prestigious coaches and mentors, she has created a powerful program that has positively impacted thousands of people. On today's program, Joyce and her guests will help you to get your second wind. Now here's your host, Joyce Buford.
You are listening to Second Wind with Joyce Buford, where women who are ready to expand their life adventure discover the tools to stop playing small and tap into the courage required to enjoy their second wind. Welcome to the show today. It's always a pleasure to know that you're out there listening and that we are going to have a great show today. One of the tools that I created after I had gone through my transition was a book. The book is called Effortless Happiness. It's how to find your voice and finally ask for what you really want. Now, what the book is telling you is it's a tool to help you discover your core values. In my transition, I found this so rewarding to really highlight those core values that give me the power to think, to make decisions, and just why I make the decisions I do. I found this to be an awesome tool, so I created the book. If you are wanting that type of clarity around who you are, then I strongly suggest that you go to my website, Joyce Buford Empowers, and there you will find where you can buy your copy. And that will help you begin your journey getting clarity about who you are. So let's move on into, I always like to share a few things with you in the beginning about where we are. And we're talking a little bit about COVID because we are always having that transition. We have moved from where we were all working with the whole world. For the first time ever, I believe we were all working for the same cause, to defeat the virus. Now that we have had our time of isolation from China to Italy to England to the United States and all of the states therein, we are now coming out of our isolation. And it is quite interesting how that looks. Even though we have been giving directives on how to reenter, each state in the United States is reentering at their own speed and with the same directions of wearing a mask, distancing, 6-foot distancing, and washing your hands. I had an interesting situation when invited to a backyard outdoor graduation celebration last week. I asked the hostess how many people were coming, and she said 10. When I got there, there were well over 20. The group was diverse in that I was in the minority of those people wearing a mask, but I joined my group of others that were wearing their masks. And so anyway, there was the first challenge of reentry. Even though we may have the best of plans, we need to be very, very sure of how we want to reenter after COVID. So anyway, the gist of this is to tell you that there were some stressful moments for me that I was quite surprised about. But in alignment with my core value of honesty, following the rules, being responsible, it was very clear to me after some reflection as to why I was so stressed with that situation. All of that being said, remember, it is up to you to take responsibility as to how you will do your reentering into the world. Whatever your decision, I do hope that you will do it confidently and with assurance that you're meeting that criteria that you want to set for yourself. So, good luck on reentry. It's coming, and it's time. So, I want to tell you about our awesome guest today. Her name is Zolita Grant, and she has been practicing hypnosis for nearly 50 years. She has been a real innovator, opening new markets and using hypnosis in unique and powerful ways. During that time, she created a number of lines of hypnosis meditations for the public, wrote 24 books, oh my goodness, Zolita, for hypnosis practitioners, and founded Colorado Coaching, where she taught 5 styles of hypnosis. Zolita uses her firsthand experience in the power of the mind to illustrate easy-to-remember techniques to create a life with less stress and more meaning. As a hypnotic life coach, Zolita supports women to overcome challenges with stress, health, and weight by using hypnosis to release subconscious blocks, change their mindsets, and reprogram their minds so they can achieve their goals. Change your mind, change your life. Welcome, Zolita. I'm delighted to have you here.
Thank you so much, Joyce. I'm so glad to be here and to be able to talk to your listeners today.
Oh, thank you. Well, this has really been quite a little journey we've been going on, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It kind of reminds me of the journey of the butterfly. You know, the butterfly starts out as a caterpillar and goes into a cocoon. Mm-hmm. And when the butterfly's in the cocoon, it has absolutely no concept of what it will be like a butterfly. Mm-hmm. And I think that we all were put in a cocoon, perhaps by Mother Nature, gave us a time out. Yeah. And I think it gives us a wonderful opportunity to think about how we really want our reentry to be and what kind of resilience we need to bounce back into a better way of living as the new butterflies were emerging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're not returning to the norm. I don't believe that at all. And I think there are some really positive things that happened. And because I want to keep those positive things, such as the clear skies, the animals coming out, the water clarification, I'm kind of hoping we really do find some good solutions from that time of isolation.
I absolutely agree. And I think one of the things that I see in my state is more people are actually choosing to work from home. And that really cuts down on highway congestion and smog. And I think that's a real positive that seems to be emerging.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk today about the secret life of dreams, which is, I am so excited to hear about that because dreaming is something that I've had periods of no dreaming, and then I've had periods of yes dreaming. So how did you get so interested in dreams?
Well, you know, my life has really been guided by dreams. I started having very powerful dreams as a child, and I learned that some of those dreams seemed to be whispers of things that came to be, and some of those dreams seemed to be dreams that gave me insight and guidance about choices and decisions. Mm-hmm. But it really came together for me when I was 21 years old. I grew up in Berkeley, California during the 1960s.
Oh.
So I have been exposed to things to raise your consciousness, you know, most of my adult life.
Yes.
And when I was 21 years old, I went on a vision quest. And I went to the desert of northern Mexico, and I fasted and waited to have a dream or a vision. And I had the most powerful dream you could imagine that really set the pattern of my life.
Oh.
I dreamed that I was flying through the air and I landed in the country of Transylvania. And that was very frightening to me in the dream because I've always been a little afraid of vampires. And so here I was in the country of the vampire. Mm-hmm. And I dreamed I was a woman crossing a road, and out of the castle came the vampire. And the woman ran away and hid from the vampire, and the vampire destroyed her, and I woke up.
Wow.
I knew running away was never going to be an answer.
Uh-huh.
Then I fell asleep and had the second dream, and it was identical, only this time the woman pretended she didn't see the vampire, and the same thing happened. The vampire destroyed her. Mm-hmm. So I woke up with the message, you can't practice denial. You have to see the truth. And then I fell asleep again and had the dream for the third time, only this time the woman who was me turned around, looked at the vampire, raised my arms up into the heavens. At that moment, the sun came up, and the sun hit a silver bracelet that I had on my arm. Mm-hmm. And when the light hit the bracelet, it exploded the vampire, and I heard a voice saying, by this sign you shall conquer. To me, that meant light and the power of light.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at that point, I fell into another dream where I dreamed I was standing in the middle of a circle of people forming a human mandala. Mm-hmm. And out of the sky came a ship of gold and silver light, like an old pirate ship tossing on the clouds. Mm-hmm. And out of the ship came a rainbow, and the rainbow went all around me. And this voice said, this dream is the meaning of your life. And for the next 27 years, that dream reoccurred.
Not the whole series.
Well, in my 30s, I dreamed I was climbing the rainbow to get into the ship.
Uh-huh.
In my 40s, I dreamed I was wandering the ship looking for the right room.
Wow. And
when I turned 50, I found the right room, and I got into the room, and on the table was a small chest, and in the chest was a key. Mm-hmm. And I reached out and touched the key, and the very same voice said that I had heard 27 years before, that very same voice said, this is the master key, help turn it for humanity.
Wow. Whoa.
So all through my life, pieces of that dream have reappeared. Like the ship turned into like a little circle ship, and every time I had a choice in my life, the ship would start appearing in my dreams. Mm. Really telling me to look inside, to find messages inside of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did you learn? Did you just know with your training? I know by then you had done a lot of training and research because you've been in the hypnosis business for a long time. So did you get the teaching through that, or how did you know, Zolita, what those messages were that you were receiving?
So dreams are always in symbols, but we create the symbols. And so the meaning of the dream is always inside of us. And so I meditated about the dreams. I wrote about the dreams. I've always had a dream journal that I keep close to my bed in case I want to jot down messages that come to me at night.
Yes.
And it was like a giant scavenger hunt in the sense that I kept getting pieces of meaning from this major dream that was governing my life as I journeyed through the adventures of my life.
Yes. Wow. That's it. To put all that together, I'm one that doesn't really dream very much, I don't think I do. I might. What about that person that doesn't think she dreams? Which would be me.
I really want to reassure you with the message that you are absolutely dreaming. You just are not remembering the dreams yet.
Oh, okay. And why does someone remember them and someone doesn't?
Well, there are several reasons why we fail to remember our dreams. One of the main reasons is that most of us do not think dreams are important. And so if they're not important to us, we don't remember them. Mm-hmm. A second reason is that you don't have the intention to remember them. By just allowing yourself to focus on the idea that I'm going to remember my dreams before you go to sleep at night, or listening to my dream work MP3, you will find that you begin to remember a significant larger number of your dreams.
Oh, so the MP3 is one of the recordings on your site, correct?
It is, but it's also part of my new Secret Life of Dreams kit. I put together this kit. That's what I did with the quarantine. I pulled together all of my information from the last 50 years of working with dreams, and I wrote a book called The Secret Life of Dreams.
You did?
Yes. And so The Secret Life of Dreams is an interactive dream journal that teaches you how to remember, understand, and use your dreams to improve your life.
That sounds fascinating.
And it comes in two formats. Like one format you can actually type on the computer. The other one you can download and you can write it by hand, whichever you prefer. Mm-hmm.
Is there one that is really more powerful than another, the handwriting versus typing on the computer?
What is more powerful is the one that works for you. Because consistency is so much more important than just doing something occasionally.
Yeah. So our dreams are real. I mean, it's really important to remember your dreams.
Oh, it is so important. It's so important because your dreams are two things. They're your direct communication to your own higher self or God or whatever you feel comfortable calling that divine wisdom. Mm-hmm. They also tell you the truth about you. You know, denial is not just a river in Egypt.
Denial. Oh, very good. Very good, Zelita. So the more we can dream, the more we will learn about ourselves.
Absolutely. And the more that you begin to work with your dreams, the more your dreams begin to work for you. You know, there are different levels of dreams, and one of the levels of dreams is to just clear your feelings about the day. You know, most of us are like overwhelmed and have too much that we're trying to get done during the day. And so there's a lot of unfinished stuff that we go to bed with. And so a lot of our dreams are things like, you know, just taking out the trash of life, just sorting things through. And you can learn to do that before you go to sleep. Like if you just sit at the edge of your bed and you review your day. Mm-hmm. And as you review your day, you put things in a box to be dealt with later. You let go of things. You come to terms with things. Mm-hmm. Then you're clearing your dream world for dreams that are perhaps more beneficial than just clearing the content of the day.
Yeah. So you can actually go through your day from morning to bedtime and just delete or say, I'll work on that tomorrow, or...
Absolutely. And you should start at the beginning of the day. You start it when you just got up in the morning and you just kind of review your whole day to that point where you're sitting on your bed getting ready to go to sleep, and it clears the subconscious mind so that you can use your dream time for solving problems in your life and getting insight and guidance from your higher self and being able to find out secrets about your own body.
Yeah. That would sort of be, you would, I guess that would be from the conscious mind where we make that decision, right? That we're going to go through this practice, because most of us will either move very, very, very slow getting out of bed, or some of us have the habit of hopping right out of bed and moving forward, looking at it, grabbing our cell phone and going to it. So it's a conscious decision to do this process as we wake up.
Yes, and the very best thing to do when you wake up is to give up the alarm clock, because the alarm clock jolts you from your sleeping consciousness into your waking consciousness. And keep a tablet right by your bed or a dream journal right by your bed, and just jot down the very first things that come to mind before you get up and rush into your day.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be part of your process that's in the Secrets?
Life of Dreams?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In the Secret Life of Dreams, I start out by teaching people how to effectively remember their dreams.
Yes.
And once you can begin to remember your dreams, the next step is to start to understand them by learning what are the different types of dreams and what are those different types indicating to you.
Yeah. Well, do we all experience all the different types of dreams, or is there usually one that we tend to use?
Well, let's look upon them as kind of different levels. Like there are the clearing dreams that I already mentioned, where you're clearing up your stuff from the day and you're looking at how it is that you felt about things.
Yeah.
The second level are called interference dreams. And interference dreams are like, you eat too much pepperoni pizza and your stomach feels upset. And so you have dreams of purple-eyed monsters coming into your world.
Yes.
Or you hear a car backfire and it turns into a gangster shootout in your dream. That's another interference dreams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But when you get those two levels out of the way, you can move into what we think about as teaching dreams. Teaching dreams give you information about problems you're facing in your ordinary life. These would be wonderful for your women in transition if they could learn what are the teaching lessons that I need to learn from the experiences so that I can create new and healthier experiences. And by the way, the book you're offering sounds like a wonderful opportunity for people to get help in those areas.
Thank you. One thing I'd like to know is that when I was going through my transition from my 23-year-old divorce that I went through, I've been married for 23 years and divorced. That was my transition. And during the time of all of the process, I repeatedly was flying, and I loved flying. It was so freeing, so wonderful. But then that dream went away after the process. So it was so interesting to me. And I really hated to see it go away.
So flying dreams are very often indicators of stepping into a new level of freedom. See? And see how that fits with your transition, that you were moving into this new level of freedom. And so you had dreams about flying.
Yes.
You could bring back those flying dreams if you possibly open yourself to new adventures.
To new
I'd like
ways
that you can fly in the world.
Mm-hmm. I'd like that. That's going to be one of mine. I'm going to work on that one.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how much I enjoyed flying. It was awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
I've had a lot of flying dreams too. And they really indicate that inside of you something is feeling like you're becoming more free.
Yes. Wonderful. So is this package available now from your website?
So the package is available now, and I'm going to make a special offer to your listeners. If you use the code Zoilita, Zoilita, when you check out, you can get this entire package that includes 2 versions of the Dream Workbook, The Secret Life of Dreams, the Dream Work MP3, and the mandalas that are in the book have been put into coloring pages. And so that's available until the 30th of June with that special price with the code Zoilita. And then I'm going to close the sale of the book until July 20th, and I'm going to do a formal launch for the book.
Oh, wonderful.
So you have this like little pre-launch time you could buy the book, which is now in the next week or so.
Yeah. And give us that information again, please.
It's called The Secret Life of Dreams. It does have its own website, thesecretlifeofdreams.com, but you can also find it on my website, which is mindset-for-success.org.
Okay, and that's where we go to get the discount or the special price?
Yes. You go there, and when you check out, it'll ask you for a code, and the code is just my name in small letters.
I see. Okay. Very good. I'm writing it down because I want to take advantage of it.
Sounds like a good idea, because once you start opening the world to the dreams, it's fantastic what can happen.
Yes, yeah. Well, as I said, I experienced it only that time in my life, and it was really so pleasurable. There was peace in that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I absolutely do, because, in a lot of ways, women who have been married in a unsatisfying marriage for a long period of time, like 23 years, it feels almost like you're getting released from confinement when you become free.
Yes. So tell us about how you would work with somebody that has had a frightening dream. They don't understand dreaming, so they've had a frightening dream, and so they really, really do want to stop dreaming. I mean, they don't have a desire to dream.
Yes. Well, nightmares are really trying to get our attention. The more intense that nightmare is, the more your subconscious is wanting you to pay attention to something that you're not getting in the outer world. A lot of the times, unfortunately, we do have different levels of denial. Yes. About things that are going on in our lives. Sometimes we, don't want ourselves to have opinions that we don't approve of. Or sometimes we don't want ourselves to really see how people around us really are. I mentioned the joke about the denial.
Yes.
There's a lot of ways that we practice denial. So when we have a nightmare, that nightmare is like the subconscious pushing through our reality, saying there's an out of balance place in our life. Nightmares indicate something is not in balance.
Yes. Okay.
So if we write down the pieces of the dream, like one of the ways that we can take the emotional sting out of the dream is to redo the dream in our imagination.
Oh.
Like I've worked a lot with children, and so monsters in dreams, we shrink the monsters.
Yes.
And we make the child strong and powerful.
Yes.
And then you go back and you imagine the dream. Or in my 3 nightmares that I had before my major teaching dream of the rainbow and the ship, the answer was to turn around and face the nightmare. As opposed to run from it or deny it.
Right. Yeah. Well, we are getting ready to go to a break, and I believe that Zolita and I have planned something very exciting for you when you come back from this break, and that is going through a process, correct?
Yes.
I think that's going to be awesome. So I hope that you will join us because Olita is going to take us through a process, hypnotic process. So won't you be back? We'll be back. It's going to take just a few minutes, and then we will look forward to experiencing this special process.
Transformational coach, motivational speaker, and author Joyce Buford returns after this short break. Close your eyes and imagine living your life without limits. Where would you go? Who would you meet? What would you do? During an Uncover Your Hidden Genius session, you will discover what's keeping you from living your life with purpose, passion, and fulfillment of your potential. You'll get a clear vision of the steps you need to take to uncover your hidden genius so that you can live a life without limits. Sessions can be done over the phone, Skype, or in person. Find out more at www.joycebufordempowers.com or by calling 903-287-0747. Welcome back to this segment of Second Wind. Joyce Buford, the author of Effortless Happiness, continues in this segment to share insights that will help you live a life of greater purpose and filled with happiness. Now here's our host, author and coach, Joyce Buford.
We are back with Zolita Grant today, and she has been sharing with us her life's work, which is about hypnosis. I'm having trouble with that word. Anyway, she practices hypnosis.
Hypnotic coaching.
Yes, thank you, dear. I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, she is going to share with us a process. So, Zolita, I'm going to turn that over to you and just let you set it up and carry us through.
Thank you so much. So I'd like to ask everyone to only listen to this when you're comfortably resting or even going to sleep. Do not listen to it while you're driving a car or operating machinery. This is a process that is designed to help you get in touch with your own personal dream weaver, your own personal inner guide, inner connection that will help you to create dreams that are clear, concise, and helpful, and to remember those dreams and to use those dreams to work through all of the transitions in your life and to learn how to really thrive in the life that you're living. So taking a moment now, a moment to begin to settle in, to unwind, and to let go. There is nothing in the world to do now. There is nowhere in the world to go now. This is the process that is the most important process in your life to do right here, right now. Now gently place one hand upon your heart and one hand upon your belly. And allow yourself now to feel that connection with you. Now take in a long, deep breath into the body. And as you exhale now, you can let go. You can let go. You can let go. Take in another breath now into your body. And as you exhale now, the muscles in the stomach soften now. And you let go. And you let go. Take in another breath now into your body. And as you exhale now, you can let go. You can let go. Take in another breath now into your body. And as you exhale, allow your hands to drift down to a comfortable place now, a comfortable space now. Now I'm going to count backward from 10 to 1. And each descending number takes you to a deeper place now. Take you to a deeper space now. 10, 9, 8, go deeper now. 7, 6, 5, deeper still. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping that rhythm. Keeping that rhythm. The rhythm of your breath now. Keeping that rhythm. 10, 9, 8, deeper. 7, 6, 5, deeper. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now imagine soft, warm shower of light washing down upon you, washing away tension, washing away pressure. The shower creates that vibrating, tingling sensation as you let go now. As you let go now, as you let go. Relaxing your jaw, your cheeks, your ears, your eyes. Feel those eyes. Relax the eyes. The eyelids and eyelashes and eyebrows. The muscles and tissues around the eyes. Letting go now. Letting go now. Relaxing the neck and the shoulder. Relaxing the arms and the hands. Taking deeper breaths now. Into the body. And as you let go, relaxing the neck and the shoulder, relaxing the arms and the hands, taking deeper breaths now. Relaxing the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the feet, the toes. Your body knows. Your body knows how good it feels now, and you feel good now, and you feel good now. And every cell now, and every gland now, and every organ is operating in a rhythmic and healthy way. And you go deeper. And you go deeper. Now let's go into the mind. 10, 9, 8, go to your mind. 7, 6, 5, go to your mind. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're inside the room of the mind. The room now to put all of the thoughts away. Clear the mind. Clear the mind. Clear the mind. Today we are going to go on a journey to find your own true dream weaver. Your own true inner guide to help you to open up the world of dreams. So in a moment now, I'm going to ask you to imagine. In a moment now, I'm going to ask you to imagine. Imagine that you're standing at the edge of the emerald forest. There are tall trees that reach for the sun. There are the short trees. They do not compete. There are ferns and mosses and ivies. Each one plays a part. This is a forest of mystery, a forest of enchantment, a forest of health and healing. And you feel part of that mystery, part of that enchantment, part of that healing. And as you breathe now, the forest is breathing with you. Look for the path. There's a path in the forest. Look for the path. Follow that path. That path goes this way and that way, uphill and down. Follow the path. Follow the path. Lift one foot and then the other. The only reminder of last year's autumn. Hear the crunch of twigs beneath your feet. Going deeper now. Going deeper. Following the path at a certain place now. The path comes into a clearing where there is a large circle of light that flows down through the trees, creating a brilliant emerald glow all around you. And as you breathe now, the forest is beginning to breathe for you. Now let's take a moment to ask for your own true dream weaver. Let's take a moment to ask for your own true dream weaver. The dream weaver may be a feeling. It may be a sense or a knowing. You may actually see an image of a being of light, but put all of your attention on that dream weaver. All of your attention on that dream weaver. The dream weaver may come later on in your dreams tonight. But you open the door now to the dream weaver and listen inside. And listen inside. And every day now, in every way now, you're shifting and changing from inside. Every day now, in every way now, you're opening yourself to a new level of dream awareness. Just let it be so now. Let it be so. This process is integrating body, mind, spirit, and emotion. And in a moment now, you will come back. You'll come all the way back to ordinary reality. You will feel connected inside of yourself. You will feel connected inside of yourself, and you will be open to the dream weaver coming into your life. I'm getting ready to come back now. I'm counting to 5. When I say 5, you'll be wide awake and feeling great. And you will be open to the dream weaver. 1, take a nice, deep, full breath into the body. 2, moving your fingers, moving your toes. 3, moving and stretching. 4, getting ready to open the eyes. And 5, let those eyes open, and you'll be awake and aware.
Awesome. I would love to hear from somebody about their dream. I know there's going to be some dreams tonight, and I'm so excited for them.
Yes.
Thank you, Zolita.
Well, you're welcome. Opening the dream world opens just another level of incredible support that women who are in transition really can begin to lean upon.
Yeah. Yes, and I could just that peace that they would get from doing this work is just amazing. I know. So this is the MP3 dream work that we would get from going to your website and that's your giveaway. Is that correct?
Well, there's in that Dream Secret Life of Dreams kit, there's an MP3 called Dream Work. It is different than what I just took you through, but it takes your dreams and it opens your dreams to solving the problems of your life.
Oh, yes.
See, that's one of the greatest things that dreams can do. So I mentioned that there were clearing dreams and interference dreams and teaching dreams. Mm-hmm. There are what we call issue-solving dreams. And issue-solving dreams are where you take a problem in your life, like let's say you have to write copy for a book you're writing.
Yes.
And you put your attention on that and you ask your dreams to bring you information, and your dreams begin to bring you information. In fact, Robert Louis Stevenson used this technique to write. Like the book Treasure Island, each chapter appeared to him in a dream, and he would have the dream at night, and then he would write down the dream during the day, and that's how he wrote the book.
Wow. Pretty good dream.
Pretty
successful dream. Yes,
yeah.
It was.
So you could take issues in your life, and you could focus on them before you go to sleep at night, and you could ask for dreams that will help you to solve those issues.
What a great help that would be.
It would be.
Yeah. So you mentioned the types of dreams. So there are how many different types of dreams?
So there's basically 5 types: clearing dreams, interference dreams, teaching dreams, issue-solving dreams, and then that last type are spiritual dreams.
Yeah.
And spiritual dreams are, where you may have an experience with Jesus, or you may have an experience with an angel. And spiritual dreams are usually messages from our spiritual self, or else they're prophetic. Yes. Like I have prophetic dreams sometimes. In fact, would you like to hear a weird dream I had in December?
Yes.
So in
Tell us.
December, I dreamed that Mother Nature and Father Time were getting together to talk. And Mother Nature was very upset at human beings and said human beings were destroying nature and that they were destroying their, the great apes so that they could have Oreo cookies. And she was very upset. And she said, Father Time, what will we do? And Father Time, who was probably about 7 feet tall and had a long beard and a staff and looked a little bit like a cartoon human, Father Time said, we will send a plague.
Wow. I think I'm living that.
And Mother Nature said, well, human beings won't care. They'll just move right on through. And Father Time said, well, we'll send more plague.
Whoa.
And then look what happened in February.
Yes. Yes. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of scary, actually.
Well, I think that there are lessons that we can learn from the experience.
Yes.
And I think that as we, as you said at the beginning of your program, as we come out of this kind of cocooning period and we re-enter society, we have to learn to do it in new ways.
Yeah. I was so surprised by the stressfulness of that process.
Yes.
Never thought that would be stressing. Never. I'm a social bunny. I mean, I love being socially, but I was very stressed by that whole afternoon.
And part of what makes us stress is there's not really one clear set of guidelines.
True.
Like where I live in Colorado, I live in Boulder County, and whenever I go out, everyone I see is wearing a mask or a face shield.
Yeah.
I wear a face shield because it's easier for me to breathe with a face shield.
Yes.
And I like to smile, and that way people can still see me smile.
Yes. Yes. I have told people, I'm smiling under this mask.
My granddaughter asked me if I think that I'm on a foreign planet or something when I have a face shield on. But for me, it's comfortable to wear. And, like I say, I like to smile at people, and it lets me do that.
Yes. Yeah. The smiles are important.
Yeah.
I miss them. Zolita, we are coming pretty close to the end of our hour, and I thank you so much for that experience. That's probably the first time for some of our listeners to ever go through a hypnotic exercise, and so I really do thank you, and I thank you for the offer of experiencing even more through your dream work, which your Zoom class or your launch is going to be when?
So I'm having a free Zoom class. There's a Facebook event for it. It's called The Importance of Dreaming.
Okay.
And it will be on June 25th, 6:30 Mountain Time.
All right. So to get to that class, what do we have to do?
So go on Facebook.
Yes.
And type in Importance of Dreaming, and you'll come to the event. And on the event, it gives you the Zoom link that you'll need to get into the class. And the class is completely free and is designed to help people understand the importance of dreaming.
Wow. That's awesome. We want to be there. I know we do.
Yes.
So if they forget how to get there, can they go to your website, which is?
Yes, it's also listed on my website under classes. My website is mindset, one word, FOR-success.org.
Yes. All right. Well, I cannot thank you enough for being with us today. This has been a wonderful experience for my listeners, I know. And I thank you so much for your work. I do know how you are changing lives. I have had the opportunity to work with you and love working with you. The insight that you've been able to enable me to do is changing my life. So I do appreciate it. And I know from 50 years, you have many people that would like to go, yay, Zolita, we love you. So I thank you for being with us today for this very special occasion.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I so enjoy sharing the message with people.
Yeah, yes. So for those out there, I want you to remember, if you've enjoyed this experience, please go to Zolita's website. Take advantage of her Facebook process that she will be offering on June the 25th, and really get more of her work. I think you will see benefit from the dreaming. I think it's absolutely fascinating to use our dreams as much more than I've thought about. They could be guides to us. I love that. I really love that. So I appreciate that you are here today. I suggest also that you think, if you're wanting to know more about you and your core values, that you really consider going to my website, signing up for Effortless Happiness, my book. And in turn, if there's an opportunity that you would like to have go further with me as a coach as well, I would love for you to go also to my website and there sign up for a strategy time that we can talk about whatever it is that you have to ask. So thank you for being here today, and remember to tune in next week for another very interesting experience. Have a great week today, and stay unstressed, stay happy this week as you re-enter in your lives. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Joyce Buford returns next week at the same time for another edition of Second Wind. Through the Joyce Buford Empowerment System, women are receiving the support they need through their transitions and are able to reclaim their true purpose with confidence. They receive the tools they need to map out new lives. You can find out more about her coaching services at joycebufordempowers.com.